to tweet this out real quick.
Oh,
We have
oh,
7 minutes to do a bit of a pre-show here.
great, fantastic. That's more than enough time, honestly.
Yeah. So let's just go to what we're most excited to see here. I have a whole list of stuff here, but what are you excited to see here, or you want to see here?
I basically said it last night at my stream. Probably what I most want to see is gameplay, and lots of explanations of what gods and monsters is.
Hmm.
It's probably the most interesting to me. Uh, Not Assassin's Creed that doesn't interest me, but I have not played an Assassin's Creed since Syndicate. So
Hmm.
I'm most looking forward to really is gods and monsters. I'm crossing my fingers that maybe there's still a surprise, as there have so many leaks over the past couple of days and weeks, all about games and whatnot. Um, but I'm really hoping, man, like give me another Rayman, man. Like I don't care unless it's mobile. That's the only thing that I don't want. But other than mobile, anything Rayman, like you know that I'm sure that Rayman Origins and Legends sold very well for Ubisoft,
Oh yeah.
if I'm remembering correctly. So I still don't know why we haven't gotten a new Rayman for. God, what year did Legends release? Was it like
Oh, it was like, I mean, it came out on Wii U,
2000?
so that's how old it is.
It came out on Wii U and on last gen consoles, like on PS3 and Xbox 360. So it was kind of close to launch of the new systems, and that was 2013, 2014, around that time. So we haven't had a Rayman Legends game in a couple years now. So I don't know, man. I'm really hoping that we get a new Rayman. Uh, a remake of Rayman 2 would also be extremely awesome because I love that game. But a continuation to Rayman Legends as well would take, because Rayman Legends freaking rocks. It's hard, but it rocks. It slaps, like the kids say these days. It slaps.
Yeah, I love the two
Uh,
Rayman games. I like the one on mobile quite a bit too. So I guess I wouldn't be as disappointed in another mobile game, but I don't think I finished it, so that tells you how much I really loved it. I would very much like an actual new Rayman Legends or something though. Those music levels are magical.
oh, yes, those music levels are just one of with Eye of the Tiger, the mariachi version of Eye of the Tiger is absolutely my best, my favorite uh, levels in that in any platformer. Honestly, it's short, sweet, not that challenging too.
Oh yeah. So I guess the thing I'm most excited about is Assassin's Creed because I put an absurd number of hours into those. Oh, by the way, I should have introduced us. I'm Tactical Dreamer. This is Commander Lionheart. Hi.
Hey,
I'm a
Commander
professional.
Lionheart.
Uh,
I'm Mr. Big Shot according to Tactical Dreamer,
yeah,
so
Mr.
I
Big
don't know what
Shot.
he's talking about.
Yeah, like you can see, Lionheart has his YouTube and his Twitter right below his picture there. I don't have my YouTube because I don't have enough subscribers
Oh,
on YouTube to make a custom URL, so it's like a million letters long. That's why you're Mr. Big Shot. You got 100 plus subscribers there.
yes, Mythos. I am Old Man Jenkins.
How's it going,
Uh,
Mythos? What's up, Captain Stubbs? So yeah, Assassin's Creed is what I'm most excited about. I put 110 hours or something into Origins, like 130 into Odyssey just recently. I love those games, and I'm excited for a new one. Now, it's probably going to drop right next to Cyberpunk, that I'm not excited about, but I'm excited to see what's different because they've said that they're kind of changing loot to where it's less loot but more impactful, which I love because my least favorite thing in every loot driven game is just digging through piles of loot and trying to find what's the best. I would rather get
mm,
like a new piece of loot every hour or two, and be like, okay, this is better, or this is worse, and I can throw it away and wait another couple hours. Although that, I guess that feels bad if you get a new loot and it's like, well, this sucks. But
yeah,
I'm
I haven't gotten into the new Assassin's Creed basically because of what you said of how much time, 100 plus hours with
yeah.
each.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, here's the deal. Everybody says, "Oh, it took me X amount of time of to beat this game." For me, just double that amount because I love exploring. I really love exploration in video games, and I love like just going to every nook and cranny to find whatever the hell they hid there. And it just takes me way too much time, and I have a backlog so massive at this point that I'm like, I would rather play a shorter game, like an Assassin's Creed Rogue or whatnot. Um, so yeah, it's still very very interesting for me to see Valhalla, because Vikings, that always slaps. That's always great seeing Vikings
Oh yeah.
in anything basically. I think that it's a much more personally for me interesting setting than Odysseys. I think that I don't know. We've seen a lot of the Spartan stuff in media from recent years because of 300 and whatnot. So I think that the Viking setting is a little bit more, not kind of unique. I want to say. I know that there are some Viking games. There's a game called Vikings, I think, on PS3.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's unique, but for Assassin's Creed, it definitely is something that could be done well, and I'm looking forward to it. Gotta mention, neither of us have seen like the leaked footage of the game
No.
that came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's
I've
gonna
seen-
be it's gonna be interesting.
I saw like an image of the inventory screen, and that's about it. Because that was the header on some article that I refused to click on because I hate looking at leaks ahead of an event. But Mythos
So-
says he just wants to see Just Dance 2021 for GameCube and Wii. I want to see that too.
Yeah. You stole my joke, you son of a gun, because I told you that this morning. But yeah. Also, it's a good thing that you're not on YouTube, because right now you would get copyrighted because of Through the Fire and Flames that's playing on
oh my god. Think of all the money
I don't know
could
what
be making.
game that was, but I know it said Through the Fire and Flames, and I can hear it as well. So I told you the joke this morning, says me those. I don't know about that one.
I'm sure I'll get copyright struck when they show Just Dance anyway, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're about to get started.
10.
Let me know how the audio is, everybody.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. This is Ubisoft. Okay, we got Gods and Monsters a little bit.
Please show Gods and Monsters. How have we
I
not seen
really
that
want
game?
to see so much of that game. Like, just 15 minutes of gameplay and commentary explaining what the hell the game is.
Yeah, please.
Today's show is all about getting up close and in depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I think they just showed Far Cry Primal for a second there, which is weird.
They showed a little bit of Assassin's Creed Origins when they first booted up the. Yeah, so it's like old games and new games. Like the PlayStation logo now.
Ooh, this I'm excited about.
This is Watch Dogs Legion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope we see more Killer Grandma, like the last time.
I don't know. I'm enjoying armed soldiers stealing candy as well.
Yeah. Matos also wants the grandma.
Yeah, I think
We
everybody at
all
this point
want
is just gonna
grandma.
build an army of grandmas.
Oh.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out.
I'll make the grandpa. I'll make Old Man Jenkins. The Legend of Old Man Jenkins. This isn't in game, right? This is
No,
like
I don't think
a live
so.
action. No, this is live action, I believe.
Yeah, this would be very impressive if it was in game.
Not a protest.
Look at all that ray tracing from the PS5.
Show us Clank
It's
with
so
ray
real.
tracing.
It's so real, man.
Then they came for the journalists.
Not the journalists.
Speak out,
Oh no.
because I was not a journalist.
Anything but the journalists. Oh no, the poor bards
Street artist.
with their lutes singing into the streets about Gerald of Rivia. Wasn't there a Watch Dogs movie in development or something?
I don't know. I feel like every game has a movie in development and then it gets canceled.
Did you ever watch the Assassin's Creed movie?
No. I watched the Tomb Raider movie. It was okay.
Yeah, Tomb Raider movie was very, very okay.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I've heard it does some really weird things with the Animus that I don't think I would be a fan of.
Come for me.
That's another thing. They say animus like animus. The animus. No, it just focused too much on the future stuff. I would have preferred them do much more of the historic, like in the games.
Yeah. Yeah, the future stuff is barely even there, and when it is, it's like a big joke.
Yeah. I love a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, but the future stuff is never my favorite parts of those games. Like, I don't care about the future stuff. Let me just relive, like, the old history, and I'll be fine with that. Okay, this is gameplay. This actually looks like gameplay now.
Yeah.
I think that, although maybe they just mixed in like both things.
Or it's just CG. I don't know.
Welcome to
Yeah,
Resistance. Here's a welcome gift for our new members.
Kind of sounded like Liam Neeson there for a second.
They told me it was a
Welcome to the Resistance.
costume party.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London.
I stopped caring about the future stuff in AC3. Yeah, I think that everybody did.
People have been asked not to approach him. The
Yeah,
authorities
AC3 was supposed to be like the culmination, and then it was a big letdown, and they kept going with the future stuff, but nobody cares about it anymore.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. They just should have stopped there. That's
Clint has been a long-time
an
creative force
excuse
here at
to
Ubisoft, and
play
now he's
historic
bringing this
things
vision
without
to
having a
Watch Dogs
story
Legion.
in the future.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo.
Pat yourself on the back there, dude.
Was inspired
Yeah.
by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible.
It was a cool
artistic
trailer, but hopefully they're
vision
still going to
and
show
visual
gameplay
style.
here.
The city needs a
Yeah,
resistance.
that's an interesting
Like the
short
Watch Dogs
film.
Legion tells the story of
Action
ordinary heroes
short film.
setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit.
I just
and
feel
play
so
anyone who you
intimidated
see
though
in the
by open world
Profile
games
people
nowadays.
that are interesting
Like,
to you. You help them with their problem.
This game looks friggin' interesting, but again, it'll just take me like 200 hours
Leave it to us.
to beat
And that's how
the
you
damn
recruit
game.
them into your
Yeah,
team,
there are just
and
too
then they
many
become
open world
heroes of the
games.
game, and the
Yeah.
That's why I try to
story.
lean towards shorter games if I'm not playing one of these giant epics.
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
There's Grandma.
What, dead
There it is.
Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You done?
And they make the story.
I'm so ready
not
for this
only,
game on
unique to
PS5,
them,
says
but unique to you
Mizos.
as the player,
Grandma,
personal to you
yes.
because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Stay inside, stay alive, stay hydrated.
Town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my god.
Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen,
Famous
Mr.
last words.
Nigel Cass, CEO of
Yeah,
Albion.
private military is always good in video games.
He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Oh yeah, always good.
I will not
100%.
allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the
Yeah, I don't
first
blame you,
city in
Stubbs,
the
if you,
world
those first two
to
didn't
be
capture you.
truly safe.
But this one having not
Nigel's
having a
the
main
only
protagonist, it's
opportunist
like
who's taken a
you just
liking to this
control
fair
whoever you
city.
want is very interesting. So if it was the
Meet Mary
protagonist
Kelly,
that turned you
head of
off,
the most
especially in that
powerful
first game,
crime
because I
syndicate
understand
in
most people
London.
hate Eden, then maybe this one's still for you.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything from party pills to people.
God, I remember just being blown away by the Watch Dogs, the first Watch Dogs initial like reveal and whatnot, and then seeing the comparison years later, like
With the city out on its
wow.
arse, it now falls on
Still
you
probably
to
one
build
of
a
the,
resistance
aside
and
from
take
like
back
Killzone 2,
London.
one of the switcheroos that the developers have done that have just
Any of the
not
brave
great.
Londoners you see walking the streets.
Yeah, don't forget about that Spider-Man puddle incident though. That was big time, man.
Oh god, Puddlegate.
Or even her.
Oh man, there she is again.
Become your next
Grandma
secret
strikes
weapon.
again.
In our first mission, we need to
Everybody's
get some
just gonna
dirt
play as
on
Grandma,
Nigel's
let's be
house,
real.
Yeah.
And that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you
No.
see here are
No.
people we have recruited
It's a
from
castle,
the streets
of
of
course.
London. They all have unique abilities.
There are not enough
and you're
grandmas
free to tackle this
in here.
mission with whoever
No.
you like.
I see George McFly over there on the bottom, right?
Get to work and let's never talk about this again.
Interested to see how online multiplayer will work. I want to see just a whole bunch of
Pretty much
grandmas.
whatever.
Yes,
But
me
as a
those.
construction worker, he has a
That's what
particular
we're
set
all
of
gonna
tools
see.
that make
Just a
him
bunch of grandmas.
I wonder what multiplayer is going to be in this game, because the first two games did have multiplayer, but it was very subtle. They would like randomly come into your world. It was a weird thing that I
Okay.
barely remember.
Perfect for gate crashing.
As long as it's not a mess like Unity, I think
Who
that
needs a regular old gun when you have
it
a bloody
could be
nail gun?
done so well. Like, I don't know. We're talking Ubisoft though. I'm not gonna get myself hyped up or anything.
Yeah, I feel like it would be kind of weird to not have just co-op in this game, considering there's no main protagonist. There's
Yeah.
no reason not to have it.
We've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert,
What have we here?
a real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Oh, I love it. My favorite thing in Watch Dogs 2 was just clearing out a whole area with the drone.
Does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aims, she fires, she hits.
I'm reading incoming drones.
Oh shit, run!
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if you are
For
not
some
into
drone on
direct
drone
confrontation,
action.
there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here
God,
might be
what's the
challenging,
name of the
but it'll get you inside restricted
this actor
Albion
man
areas.
that plays a lot of bad guys
Just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However,
from the
do anything
90s,
suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
I am terrible with actor names, so I'm not going to be helpful to you. Maybe Jack can help.
I'm kind of terrible as well. I don't think that I've seen him like in movies anymore, but
If you feel you must.
God, he wasn't in a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and he was the bad guy, and he looked like this guy. I don't know why.
Criminals running our streets.
Although wait,
Illegals.
is it a guy or is it a girl? Looks like a little bit like a female.
Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that
I think
seems
it was
to
a
be enough
female, but I'm not
evidence.
sure.
Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey.
Did
the
Ubisoft
man
not
who
see all
lives
the
for his
grandma
team
memes after the last showing? There's not enough grandma here.
and doesn't
No.
mind getting his hands dirty.
I mean, you know, they're trying to like, oh yeah, we have a bevy of different characters for you to use. No, give us grandma. I don't care about anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, they could make
Oh,
like
shit.
10 different
This guy
grandmas.
was the king, though.
He does have a slight thinking problem, though.
This guy's funny.
And he's passed out.
This guy's the
Oh,
Trevor. He's basically Trevor from GTA 5.
You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
Yeah, let's go with John Wick. Because it totally doesn't look like John Wick at all.
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
We can't call him Hitman because that's already a game. And we don't have the rights to it. Oh hey, dubstep, it's not dead!
Yeah, this is straight up just John Wick 2.
Yeah.
That they're trying to build right now.
All of it. I'm telling you right now, Tactical, if he sticks a pencil into someone's eye, I'm out. I'm walking out of this presentation.
Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Lion, you know what we say. Say all the
Not everyone in London
Yeah.
is a legendary
He fucked.
assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero.
Everybody can be a hero. And you, at home, watching this stream, you too can be a hero while you wear a mask outside.
Build your resistance.
That's the most heroic thing you can do right now.
True. I saw a commercial today for like a mask company just like trying to get rid of the stigma of masks, and I loved it. That has nothing to do with Ubisoft,
Yeah.
but there you go.
October 29.
Oh wow.
The player into a living,
that is
breathing
awesome.
City, teeming with
That's
unique
closer
locales
than I
and
thought it
characters
would be.
has
I
always been a central
personally
pillar
thought that they
of
would
Watch
hold it
Dogs
back a little bit
series.
more, but
So what goes into
That
building
is
those worlds?
2 weeks
Here's
before
Amanda Mutt to tell
Cyberpunk,
us
I
more.
think. And who knows where Assassin's Creed falls in that? I'm sure it's right around
My
there
name's
though.
Amanda Munt. I'm
yeah,
a
Assassin's
web
Creed is
artist
usually
on Watch Dogs
November,
Legion
so
at Ubisoft Toronto.
Scary
Being
for
a
me
level
because I want all
artist,
these
I think,
games.
is the coolest job in video games because we
I think they're the one that
do get the
will
freedom to
will
to
probably
kind of,
be
like,
the most
pick and choose what little
farthest
details we
away.
want to
Besides,
depict, and we
now that
get
I think about it,
ample
are we going to see
opportunities
Beyond Good and Evil
tell
2
the
here?
stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to.
I wonder.
I have the capacity.
I
to
hope
hide
so. I
things
like that
and,
first
you know,
game.
like small little Easter
But
eggs.
also
Because
that
I
second
was-
game has been
In
weird
AC
in its
Unity, there
like
was a boat
rollout.
somewhere in the world that was covered in cats.
Oh, they're talking about AC Unity now.
And
Oh
then
boy.
cats again in Watch Dogs 2.
I went,
And
abandoned ship.
There may or may not be something in London that is a
Um,
boat filled with
I
cats.
was
in
gonna
some
say
capacity.
Far Cry 6 is probably the one furthest
I was
back, but
fortunate enough to go
then I
to E3
remember
last year.
Beyond Good and
Some of
Evil
the
2, and it's
people
probably
I
that
was
one.
showing our
Yeah.
demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden."
I wouldn't be
You know,
surprised
this
if
feels
Far
like
Cry
Settlers,
was
this feels like
early next year.
Westminster.
They usually do those around March,
When
and it's
people
been
are
2
talking
years since the
about
last main
some
stream one
detail that
already.
I've
That'll be
put
3
into
years by the time
world
that
and
comes
they're
out, I think.
excited about it. Like that feels so good
Yeah.
as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
I still want to know when
Brawlhalla.
and where. Oh, Brawlhalla.
And now
Have you
some
played
news
this?
for Brawlhalla.
No, well, yeah, maybe like
In just a
30
few
minutes or so,
weeks,
but I always
you'll
just
be
go
able
back to
to battle it
Smash.
out with your favorite
Yeah,
legends
that's
on iOS and
I
Android
think that
devices.
before I bought the Switch, I played a little bit of this since it's free to play. It's all right. I mostly played it because Shovel Knight was like a skin or character or whatever, and that's indicative of me just playing a game. Just have Shovel Knight, I'll play. Yeah, it was all right for a free to play game. It's all right.
Yeah, it seems okay. It has a lot of like indie characters in it, and it has Rayman in it, I think now too. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, it also has Rayman, yeah. And Adventure Time.
Oh yeah, Mythos points out, properly wear a mask. Put it over your nose.
Yes.
Good lord.
Yes! I cannot stress enough. People,
And now,
it's not the
whether
mouth,
you need a
it's
Tom
not the
Clancy action
chin,
fix on
it's
go,
the nose
or
that you
wanna
have to
dive
protect.
back into one of the most beloved fantasy
Like,
franchises
that's
in
where,
gaming,
that's the,
we got you covered.
what's gonna kill you.
Might and Magic, everybody's favorite.
Well, bathroom break. It's been a great 7 months, but we're announcing today that we're shutting down this game right now.
That would be amazing on the stream. It would be so dumb.
Yeah, sure. Just keep putting some random names there from one of your employees.
This game is simply amusing. Oh my god, the tweets.
Let him earn their paychecks. Like, didn't you see that the Castlevania mobile game got pulled? Like, it only released, I think, besides in Japan, in Canada, a few months ago. It was set to release worldwide, like in a month or so, and they just said nope, we're yanking it.
Wow,
It didn't make us money, so because it has microtransactions, and apparently people were not biting.
Oh.
Like people should.
That
not
makes
biting.
sense. Yeah. Silly.
Also, what is this?
I'm not
says
sure.
hashtag Elite Squad on the top right.
I don't think I've heard of this.
This seems very Team Fortress.
Yeah.
Like, I was gonna say Overwatch, but no, it seems more Team Fortress because this may be another mobile game, though. Is it? I don't know.
Moat chain is down. Request air support.
Wasn't there a mobile game where they introduced like Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell?
Yeah,
and everybody was pissed as hell.
I don't know if that ever came out.
It's this game. It's this game.
Is it?
Yes, I just saw Sam Fisher.
Oh my god.
Get back in your cell.
Maybe this is another game that they're throwing Sam Fisher in, though.
Oh god, can you
That's all
imagine
he
people
is.
demanding a new Splinter Cell, and Ubisoft is just like, nah, we're just gonna keep throwing him somewhere else. Splinter Cell for Smash or something, I don't know. Siege for cartoons.
Tom Clancy's Elite Squad.
Yeah,
that's mobile.
Yeah, this is a mobile game. Yeah.
Well, it looked cool for a minute,
Speaking
but
of Tom
there you go.
Clancy, it's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this
I thought that she
milestone,
was gonna
Ubisoft
say,
Montreal has put
speaking of
together a
Tom
special
Clancy,
video to
it's
thank all
been
the
a
amazing
couple
players
years
and
since Splinter Cell
developers that have
Blacklist.
helped Siege become the game it is today.
Alright.
So here's the new game now.
Are they
Have
gonna
you
say
played this?
I've played a very small amount. I'm very bad at it. You need a group to really get into it, I think.
Okay.
Have you played much?
No, I have not played. Basically, I don't even know if I've ever played any Tom Clancy game. Like, of any of the games. Like, Division, Splinter Cell, Rainbow Six. Yeah, there was one that was like airships or something, right?
Propelling it to a whole
or am I misremembering?
Doesn't sound familiar to me, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with Tom Clancy particularly. The only one I played is the First Division.
A special moment, and being at 1 year
I think I have the Division 2, which they gave away for free, or was it like $5 or something like that a few months ago?
They had it on sale
Something like
super
that.
cheap when their expansion came out.
And it was like, God, I want to say it was like $3 or something like that. It was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So I got it. I ended up getting it, but I had, again, not like so many of the games that are looking me in the face right now, in my face right now.
Yeah, that's a secret. Put your game down to $3, and everybody will buy it. They don't even want to play it. They'll just buy it anyway. Like if it's 3 years old, put it to $3. Who cares?
Actually, Far Cry 3 is $3 on PSN right now on PS4. So
I do like that game.
The only Far Cry game that I've played is Blood Dragon. I'm still wishing that they did a Blood Dragon 2. In Casino Alice, which is a Squeenix mobile with Yoko Taro work on it. There's a bunch of characters from Tom Clancy games and a mobile game, Hard Pass. Yep. Played many Tom Clancy games, both Division, Siege, several Splinter Cells, Wildlands, and Breakpoint.
Good lord.
From the devs that build the game.
Wasn't that the last one that people were bashing a lot?
Yeah, I think they fixed
the one
it a lot since launch, though.
With John Berntal, the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All of the Far Cry games are under $10, says
If you
me.
haven't
Those.
tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave
Maybe I should
update
pick up Far Cry
available now,
5. That's
and
the only
take AC
mainline one I
Lucy
haven't
out
played.
for a spin.
since 3. I played 3 and 4. It's basically all.
We introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now it's time to venture into the hyperscape.
Oh no, I was afraid they were gonna show this. This is their battle royale.
Oh.
That I think is still in beta. I'm not sure if it's
yeah. I believe that they talked about this on the MinMax show this week.
Yeah,
a little bit. Serial, I think, talked about it. Or was it Kyle? I think that Ben Hansen was like a little bit salty that he didn't get like a beta code or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't bash it. I haven't played it yet. It looks kind of interesting. It's just, I don't know. Battle Royale's so crowded.
I need to set up like a day on the weekend to just do like some of these free-to-play games, test them out on my streams. I always gravitate more towards starting playthroughs instead of actually playing something like, you know, this.
Yeah.
Like I still haven't tried out. What's the new one? Valorant is the new one.
Valorant, yeah. The CS:GO game from.
There was also Dauntless, which was the Monster Hunter clone free-to-play game, I think.
Oh yeah.
Apex Legends I haven't even tried, so I need to do that since I love Titanfall. I'm just not a fan of the battle royale stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like I like respawning and just like that mode in Fortnite where it's like all-out warfare between the two sides, and you keep respawning over and over until you get to a certain amount of points. That's what I like mostly. I played for months Fortnite like 3 years ago with friends. You have a good time when it's with friends. When you're trying to play it alone, no, it's not.
Rumors of people getting hurt.
Yeah, that's always my thing with multiplayer games is I don't have like a group that I play them with. So if it's not good for solos, it's like, oh, I don't know that I want to play that.
Yeah, the only people that I kind of try to convince are G and Mythos, but Mythos is only on the Switch, so unless it has like crossplay, we can't actually like play that much as well. Which Paladins is actually crossplay, and we have played together. Overwatch is not for now.
Bizarre.
I mean, Overwatch isn't. Is Overwatch? Yeah, Overwatch is already on Switch.
Creative director on Hyperscape.
Yeah, I was like blanking there for a second. It's Apex Legends, the one that hasn't released yet on the Switch.
Yeah,
it will release
in like September or the fall. I think they just said something like that.
Adding ideas is really cool.
I remember the madness when we played on your stream. Yeah.
The game takes place in 2050.
That was good times.
Humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges.
I love when they talk about the lore for these online games. Like, people don't pay attention to that, do they?
I mean, the game looks vibrant. I love that.
Also introduce a lot of new things.
Probably reasons why I don't play like PUBG or Warzone or none of that is because I just like color. I like a lot. I critique games based on their color. Like if there's a lot of color, I love it.
So it's a risk-reward kind of deal.
Give me that neon.
We introduced the notion of hacks, special abilities.
Yeah, I'm just not into like hyper realism in most games. That's why I haven't played a lot of Tom Clancy stuff. Even like a big part of the reason why I liked the first Division, and I would probably like the second if I gave it a chance, is because it's not very realistic, even though it looks like it.
Finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers
are
able to interact with the game on different
While
levels.
your opponent has a gun from afar, shoots you, kills you, you have a bat.
And viewers will be able to
looks like everybody has like tracer teleports though, which is cool.
Things like changing the gravity, infinite
I mean,
ammo, or stuff
the
like that.
ball
So
thing
players,
kind of
when
reminded
this
me of
happens,
Wrecking
really
Ball
have
from
to adapt
Overwatch
to
as well.
all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak,
those
we are
boxes
launching
look
the open
very
beta,
similar
so
to
it's
loot
gonna be
boxes in
available
Overwatch.
For free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. I really want to thank
Overwatch is on Switch, but they said they will not do crossplay. Fuck. Apex will be crossplay when they launch it for Switch. Okay. So, like I said.
Yeah, I wonder if they're saving crossplay for Overwatch 2 as like a selling feature for that.
Yes. They could definitely release Overwatch 2 on the Switch. Let's be real. Like, that game doesn't look too much different from Overwatch 1. You can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just a little bit more shine here and there, but
yeah, I think they've said that the multiplayer is going to be like essentially the same, and it's going to update at the same time in the same way. So maybe they would bring crossplay to both when they bring that out.
And you can apparently play multiplayer with Overwatch 1 players, if I remember correctly. So it's all about them adding the single player component that people have been, myself included, requesting for years now.
Here we go.
Like, Overwatch has such an interesting world and characters, and they just don't do nothing with that. It's just a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Just every now and then they throw like these little bits and pieces and whatnot, but other than that, nothing.
Yeah, I love all those like CG little short movies they put together. I wish they would just make like a big ass movie, but if they make that single player campaign worth playing, then that'll be awesome.
Production manager.
If there is a movie that Blizzard should do, it should be Overwatch, honestly.
My name is Anna Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits.
Well, they're certainly going deep on every game they go into.
Tattoos,
Yeah, hopefully they do the same for Gods and Monsters and not do like a minute trailer. Oh yeah, this game is still coming, you know? Let's move on to the next game.
Understand what their motivations are and what drives them, what challenges them.
We are I can talk already halfway through the stream, so who knows if they're going to start cutting some stuff short, because I'm sure Valhalla is still going to get a pretty deep dive, since this is probably their last.
Valhalla's probably going to be the longest one. Probably like,
enjoy the type
I don't
of
know,
tattoos
20 minutes, probably more, of them just showing off a lot of that. Because it's Assassin's Creed. Like, it's their bestseller, I guess.
See the effort and maybe
they will release Overwatch 2 on the Switch. They forgot to say it when they showed it and had to make a tweet. Okay, so it is coming to the Switch. Good.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Take advantage of that ray tracing.
To tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
He's everywhere.
Dogs Edition. Ubisoft is supporting.
He was yesterday on the Volver thing too.
Yeah.
And Shu Yoshida as well.
That was very good. I love that.
That was so out of left field.
You'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never
I don't know
seen
why, but
before.
why does Phil look like he's a little bit high though? Like
he always does. It's weird.
Worlds.
No, but when he's in like big presentations in E3, he looks, you know, impotent and confident and, you know, but whenever it's like these live streams, he's like, yeah,
and I can't wait.
He's like very low energy. When he's on stage, whoop,
coming up now.
The energy is right here. Live stream.
All right. We know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since
Here
it was
we go.
announced
Here it
back
is.
in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
My name is
The
Julian.
HBO show?
I'm the producer of Assassin's
deepest
Creed
dive.
Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really,
They
really
always say
inspiring.
that. They're always like, oh yeah, the fan feedback was
We found
amazing.
that,
Just
every
you know, they
game.
were not
huge,
mindless
spectacular. Like,
Vikings were actually
Everybody
farmers
loves
trying
that
to
mobile
find
game
new
we talked
lands for
about.
them to settle.
Yeah.
So they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from
the
myths
real
and
story
the
about
folklore
Vikings.
is really something that
Okay.
drove us to
Nothing
make this
fake
We
here.
all know what happened. We all know
If
what
you
happened the
to
last
know
time
in
somebody
England
said that
to
it
take
was
the
going to
same
be
roads that the
realistic.
Vikings did to
Giant
really
enemy
experience
crabs.
what it's meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming
Like if they
by
put like
boats
some kind of mythological
England
creature in
and
this
see
game.
those rolling green hills full of
Remember,
sheep,
it's the
full of
real
goats.
deal.
It's just this moment.
Yeah, I feel
that
like they have to do some
most
mythological
likely
stuff.
the
I think that was the best stuff in
Vikings
Odyssey.
felt as well. You need to see this land.
And
of
they added
opportunity.
some of that in
And this is
Origins as well, right?
exactly
Yeah.
Like Anubis and
we want players to experience.
They
in
keep it
this
all
game.
towards like the post game though, so hopefully
Yeah.
they can do that here too and still
It
tell
is
the real
a
story they want to
personal
tell.
adventure. You know, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game.
Okay, I was gonna ask
They will have
if
to
they
leave
were
Norway to settle in England.
gonna do
because
male or
you
female
just can't
again.
live in Norway anymore. There's too much political
Yeah, they didn't do
pressure,
two separate
no
characters this time like they did
resources
Odyssey because
available.
that was kind of complicated probably. It's a lot
Oh, it
simpler.
was two
but-
separate characters in Odyssey? I
Obviously,
thought it was
in
like
England,
the same
it's full
character,
of
just male or
Anglo-Saxons and
female.
other
No, they
people,
were like brother and
and
sister,
they
and
don't
they
really want
basically
you,
just
so
switched
you
their
will have to
roles
fight
in the
your way
story
there
if you
to
pick
kind
the
of
other one.
Build your
Ah,
settlement
okay,
and see your
okay.
clan prosper.
Yeah, kind of like the Dragon
Vikings were
Age
brutal warriors.
2. I think that, whether, depending on who you choose, one of the three brother siblings dies, one of them gets captured, and the other one is the one you're playing.
Really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system.
Yeah, so just like that.
Yeah, okay.
To leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face to face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They
Were
used
they?
basically any sort of tactic.
Or does that just fit well for Assassin's
to win
Creed?
the battle.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
for
want to
Assassin's Creed.
portray
I
the
thought that he
full
was gonna say
range
they were
of
also
combat that you can
masters of
imagine
dragons.
coming from the Vikings.
They train dragons.
They also like to wear
We are
hoodies, which
very happy
you know
to
works
finally
well for
be
us.
able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy this
Covert
deep dive
operations.
into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Valhalla. Gotta say it with that passion. Valhalla. In-game footage. Work in progress. Alright, here we go.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Some gameplay.
you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid.
In Odyssey, you could also like command other
England is a dark age tangle of broken
your
kingdoms
troops,
and
right?
warring dynasties. A land of
And you had
opportunity and
troops and
riches.
command them, or not?
No, like on the boat you had like people on your boat that could shoot arrows and stuff, but it wasn't. You didn't really have an army like Brotherhood or anything like that.
And blow your horn
Oh,
to lead your
okay.
raiding crew into battle.
So this one seems to be going back to that, to the Brotherhood then, of commanding others.
I like
That
seeing
aspect
UI.
that aspect of Brotherhood was so great, man.
Your crew
Oh, and you can revive them.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Unless the arrow goes right into their skull, and I don't know how you're gonna do that.
Heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage,
I like
may
this.
be
A
used to
focus
develop
on
your
like
settlement,
AI
giving you access
companions.
to useful services, better tools.
Oh, and you
and new
can
settlers. At the heart of your
rebuild
settlement
and
is the
settle.
Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have
Kind of
made
like
and a
Black
guide for
Flag.
future
I
opportunities.
think.
The Viking Age was a
Hopefully
time
it's a
of
little deeper than that,
warriors
though.
and legends. In Valhalla,
You can revive
you'll
them,
fight the
unless
largest
you are a lion
variety
who
of
leaves
enemies
them to
ever
their doom.
assembled in an Assassin's Creed game.
Yes, me those. Thank you for reminding me that I don't revive anyone.
Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects
shit.
to their advantage.
This foliage is
including
super
the
cool.
bodies of
Not
fallen
any like
warriors.
anything we saw in Origins or Odyssey.
To face these attacks, you must find
I know
and
that sounds
exploit
super
your
dumb to say
opponent's
foliage
weaknesses
looks
to
cool,
gain
but the
upper
environments in
hand.
these games are always amazing.
Take the fight
Yeah.
to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities.
Ooh,
Snare
hook
them
shot.
with a Viking harpoon.
Nice,
Pummel them with
nice
throws.
decapitation.
Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off.
Jesus.
dual wield
Hey, those.
any two
Say
weapons you wish
hello.
to unleash a deadly combination of attacks. Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior.
So the two like quick skill bars there look the same as Odyssey.
All combinations of weapons are available to
which is
dual
good. I
wield,
like having just a bunch of
including
skills like almost a Diablo style game.
Oh shit, 2 shields? You can double shield like that? Damn, son. Ooh.
Situations call for violence.
God
I knew it, there
damn.
were
In
hoodies.
this new land, a Viking must find a way to
Oh god.
adapt. As Eivor is
Vikings.
not welcome in England,
Masters
you
of
may need
stealth.
to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes. An unseen hunter among the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna love if I play as the male version and I'm just this hulking guy just with everybody just way shorter than me blending in. Don't mind me, I'm just a normal person.
Yeah.
Just going through this.
Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your
Oh,
equipment.
hey, it's hunting again, like Assassin's Creed 3. Jesus, that dog! Stop.
Yeah, the legendary fights against the monsters in Assassin's Creed Odyssey were some of my favorite parts. So I like that that's back.
That was a big wolf. Big wolf, like Ben Reeves would say.
England's secrets you reveal. But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army.
I
into
will
battle
say, as
against heavily
impressive and
guarded
as
Saxon
great as
fortresses.
this game and the past 2 games have looked, I will say the character models do not look great.
Yeah.
Like they look kind of last gen-ish, and I think that it's time that Ubisoft changes their
by Norse myths and England's pagan
God,
roots.
what's the name that I'm looking for? You know, like the Unreal Engine or whatever it is. The Unity. Is it Unity? No, they don't use Unity.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think that's Unreal 4.
Giving you the chance.
Yeah, hopefully with the next Assassin's Creed that will be only next gen presumably, they'll be able to upgrade that a little bit because the character models are very 360 PS3.
Yeah, these character models are outdated at this point. Like, you can make the world look photorealistic for all I care, but if your character doesn't match that world. Also, available November 17th.
That is the day Cyberpunk comes out. That is bold and probably not smart.
Wait, the same day as Cyberpunk?
I think so.
On Xbox
shit.
Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One.
Do you think that they
PS4,
put it
PC and Stadia?
On that date?
Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but
To
before
try
we
to
go,
make
our
Cyberpunk
CEO, Eve
cold
Debo,
and-
is here to share a few words.
I don't know. I feel like Cyberpunk's
Switch
got a
dates
lot more
again?
hype,
I hope
so I
you
doubt
will have
it.
enjoyed
Yeah.
what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I am proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad,
That's
and
the Dark Souls
creative
doggle?
lineup of
Yeah, the
games.
big dog was.
And we
was the
haven't
Dark
shown
Souls
you
doggle.
everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more
Sif?
to come.
Like it's.
So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share
What?
with you.
They're only doing one more thing? We didn't even get Gods
good
and
lord.
Monsters?
Maybe this is Gods and Monsters? That looks like a monster.
No, this is Far Cry 6. They already
Oh,
said
yeah,
that they
that's
would
right, I
talk about
forgot.
Far Cry 6.
Damn it.
God damn it. No, this is bullshit, man. Like, they didn't even acknowledge the goddamn game.
Yeah. Yeah, stuff. Cyberpunk and Valhalla being the same day is crazy.
Meadows, you were watching the pre-show. They didn't show anything about Gods and Monsters on the pre-show? Like, we watched some of it, but we didn't watch, like, all of it since it began. No? Shit, man.
That is so weird. when are we
God,
gonna see that game?
I am so disappointed. That game was supposed to come out this year, remember? And at the beginning of the year, and they have not shown anything about that game.
Yeah, it's weird because everybody who's seen it says it's kind of like Assassin's Creed meets Breath of the Wild, and they're gonna run right into Breath of the Wild 2 if they keep delaying it.
Yeah. Libertad! This looks very... God, Apocalypse Now.
Oh yeah.
It's not set in Vietnam. It's clearly like, you know, South America.
That's crazy that they kept that as their one more. I guess they didn't have a lot of time to change it, but their one more thing leaked, so it's like, that wasn't a surprise.
Huh. It's set in modern times.
Perfect. But useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Also, Giancarlo Esposito. Literally in everything now.
Did you see the subtitles there? It said, "Give me your ass," instead of hands.
The shell, which contains the explosive. The fuse.
No.
The hand,
No.
And of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Shit. Well, Mitos, se jodió.
Simply holds the handle in place.
Aren't people like connecting and saying that the kid is Boss from Far Cry 3 because of the scar that he has?
Follow me.
Yeah, that's the speculation.
Now.
This is insane.
I am El Presidente, which means that someday
El Presidente.
you will be El Presidente.
El Presidente.
And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves.
Now remember, Ubisoft definitely does not make political games. This is not political.
No, not at all. They have never made a political game in their life.
Believe will be wrong.
You can end it right here and now, kid. Just drop the grenade on his feet.
They will answer you with screams.
I mean, you can't argue that Giancarlo Esposito is not a great villain. That doesn't do like great villains. Like,
yeah,
the guy knows.
And give you this. So you tell me.
Like that Castillo.
Are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people. And you. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. You understand now? Bullet.
February 18th.
Oh damn. That's closer than I would have thought. Would have thought like March or April.
Yeah.
And with that,
Would
we're
have liked to
wrapping
see
up our
some
first
gameplay,
Ubisoft
but
Forward.
that was a cool trailer.
Exactly. Some gameplay would have been nice.
Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal
I would have
of Far
traded
Cry's
that
newest installment,
Hyperscape
along with so much
footage
more.
for Gods and Monsters.
Remember, we'll be
For
back
literally
later
anything
this
else.
year.
Or the elite, or the elite
Filled with
squad
tons of game news
thing.
and updates.
Oh, yeah.
They showed that stupid elite squad shit, and they didn't show Gods and Monsters.
Yeah. Did they even have it in like any of the background shots, like where we saw Far Cry Primal and AC Unity?
No, I don't think I saw any of that. Anything remote. I mean, no, maybe I did. There was, I think that at the beginning,
We're gonna take
maybe they showed like a little glimpse.
Okay. So they're gonna do deep dives on some of their games. Looks like they're starting with Valhalla. If you want to keep watching that with the volume, then you can go to the Ubisoft stream page. We're gonna do a little post show though with this in the background. So what were you excited about anything there?
I'm more disappointed. I mean, not completely disappointed, but I am disappointed that we didn't see Gods and Monsters. That's what that is literally what I came here for. I mean, you know, Rayman, I said it was just wishful thinking for them to show off a new Rayman or something, or give us a hint or something, but no. At least Gods and Monsters is a game that we know exists, and they have showed off before, and they have not showed again, even though that game supposedly was gonna come out this year. So I don't understand Ubisoft. Valhalla looks great. I mean, they really have to try to screw up Assassin's Creed, honestly.
Yeah.
Like they did basically with Unity, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, this looks super fun.
Watch Dogs Grandma looks good.
Yeah, not enough grandma.
I
in that
wish we would
gameplay.
have seen Far Cry 6 gameplay. That would have been nice. The cinematic was nice, but gameplay would have been extra nice. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure they're saving that for future beat. Everybody does the cinematic reveal, and then we'll show you gameplay later thing. And I don't know, it's kind of rote at this point. Everybody expects it, and it's not interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting though that they didn't even mention this. Like, I know that the whole internet already knows this because of the marketing that they've done and whatnot, but hey, remember, Watch Dogs 2 is free pretty much everywhere right now, so you can download it and play it right now, as advertised them for themselves. They didn't even do that here. It's... I don't know. Hyperscape, I'll probably give it a shot at one of my weekend streams that I plan to do eventually. I don't know. It's only coming for PS4 and Xbox One and PC, I would assume.
Yeah, I assume so. If you're gonna hop into that, you should let me know. Maybe I can hop in with you, because I am interested in checking that out at least. It has a different structure from what I understand. Like, it's not like the circle surrounding you. They have a different way of forcing conflict, but I don't completely understand it. I would be interested in checking it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we could totally try something out.
The
other thing that they showed
sorry, go ahead.
was Elite Squad, and you all know I don't care about mobile shit.
Yeah, Valhalla was definitely the most exciting thing that they actually showed. Weird that they didn't show Gods and Monsters, obviously. Also weird they didn't show Rainbow Six Quarantine, even though they showed quite a bit of Siege in the middle there. That's their co-op take on Siege, basically, that they showed last year at E3 a little bit, just like a cinematic trailer, and we haven't seen anything since. I wonder if it's just we live in coronavirus and they don't want a game about a virus called Quarantine while everybody's in quarantine.
Yeah, that could be that. Maybe.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it's Ubisoft. They really don't care as long as they make money. I don't.
Yeah. We also didn't see anything indie here. You were talking a lot on your stream yesterday about a bunch of indies Ubisoft has published that we'd love to see sequels to, and then there was what was it, Spirits Fair, right? That was in like the pre-show. But
it was on the pre-show. Yeah, they showed off like something here and there of some of the indies, but not anything major. You know, at least not here in the main show.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
wasn't
don't know.
really expecting, honestly, that they would show any indie stuff. This is like their big, you know, where they show off their big stuff.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, but I mean, even
And again,
Xbox and Sony usually make room for like an indie like highlight reel real quick. Even EA's conference had a lot of space for indie stuff. I would have liked to see something indie in here.
Yeah, I think that those companies are just a little bit more attuned with the indie scene now. They have embraced it a little bit more. Sony and Xbox specifically. Ubisoft, I don't know. They say that they are engaged in the indie scene, but you know, not showing it at the main show. At least something, one little itsy bitsy thing, instead of showing again mobile shit. Like, and they could have replaced that thing with anything on the pre-show.
Yeah. So other notable absences: Beyond Good and Evil 2. We haven't seen that in a very long time. Are you a fan of the first one?
I wasn't expecting them to show off Beyond Good and Evil at this point. Honestly, they're like, I don't even know if they know what to do with Beyond Good and Evil 2, because it's been, I may be wrong. Maybe it was shown off last year, but I feel like it's been more than 1 year, like more than 2 years since we've seen footage of Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago that they showed off like the monkey, and they asked fans to basically create free content for them, and that was the whole thing. And that's the last time I have seen it.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing, wasn't it? Like, create like music and stuff for our game.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
To answer your question, I like Beyond Good and Evil 1. You know, it's not love, but I do like the game.
Yeah, I played it really late, and I thought it was okay. I'm sure it was amazing.
Same with me. I played it on the PS3. I had never played it before that, so you know, I don't have like that nostalgia for it. But I do see why it's a game that a lot of people talk about, or at least cult classic. I want to say. I don't think that game sold very well when it released.
Probably not
initially. But God, Ubisoft.
Yeah, and then I don't know if this is a notable exception at this point, but Skull and Bones still dead.
Oh Jesus H Christ, Skull and Bones. God.
Yeah, I mean they have not officially canceled that game, but they may as well at this point. It doesn't seem like anybody's cares.
God.
Not anybody at Ubisoft.
That game is more buried than a goddamn treasure chest at the bottom of the sea at this point. Like, wow. Yeah, not even a single mention. I don't think that there was even any footage at the beginning montage.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but I would love to hear the story. Maybe we'll hear the story finally after they officially cancel it, whenever that comes. Yeah. Because it doesn't seem like they're making it anymore.
I don't know why they haven't like said like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore, guys. Yeah. And it would have so much potential, especially considering that Sea of Thieves, I don't think was the success that Microsoft was hoping it would be. So Skull and Bones would have probably just taking the pirate element from Black Flag, just expanding it, making it even better, probably multiplayer and whatnot, and just make Sea of Thieves run for its money. And they're not taking advantage of that. I don't know. Companies sometimes they baffle me.
It's like everyone said when Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag came out that this doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed, it should just be a whole nother thing, and Ubisoft had this great opportunity to split it off, keep making the Assassin's Creed games like they have, but then keep making pirate games too, because people want those.
Yep.
And that seemed like what they were doing with Skull and Bones, and they just have backed off from it completely, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, so those were my notable exceptions. We did get a few release dates. Watch Dogs Legion is on October 29th, and then AC Valhalla 2.5 weeks later. What is that? 3 weeks later, maybe? Yeah,
November 17. Yeah, and then Far Cry 6 on February 18. Did they say when Hyperscape was gonna go public?
I think they said we're as I'm talking, we're launching a beta or something. I think he said.
Okay.
So maybe it's open beta now. You don't need an invite anymore. I'm not sure on that though. Don't quote me. I would be kind of surprised if Far Cry 6 made its release date with how often Ubisoft delays things lately. But
yeah, we'll see. Especially with how things keep progressing with the whole COVID thing. I could see it just getting delayed eventually.
Yeah, so we'll see how everything turns out for Ubisoft. This holiday season is going to be crazy packed with open world stuff, though. Like, just Cyberpunk Valhalla and Legion is already more than I could possibly play in the 2-month November-December period, and I'm sure
already one of those games is too much for me. Imagine 3.
Yeah, Spider-Man's also going to be coming out around that time, so yeah.
But Spider-Man, I don't think that it will be. It's not. It's gonna be open world, but it's not gonna be like as long.
It's not to that extent.
Any of those 3 games, you know, because it's not even going to be as long as the original Spider-Man. So.
But yeah,
it's exciting, but at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I've played all of the. Well, I played the last 2 Assassin's Creed games late, just because of how long they are and how many things come out around them. So we'll see if I'll be able to fit this one in right away. But yeah, that was it was an okay event. What grade would you give it? A, B, C, D, America grades.
Well, just because they didn't show Gods and Monsters, it's an F. It's a big F. No, man, I think that maybe maybe a B minus. Maybe it wasn't horrible. Like, I'm surprised now that I remember. I'm surprised and I'm shocked. We didn't see any Just Dance either.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
No Just Dance.
No Just Dance on GameCube.
Which, come on, that's what makes Ubisoft in the E3. And this is basically like Ubisoft outside of E3, but Just Dance. I mean,
maybe because they couldn't have people dancing and touching each other. They were like, oh, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, like a B minus kind of. You know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla looked great. Watch Dogs Legion looks interesting. Far Cry 6, we need more footage, but it's Far Cry, and Giancarlo Esposito is gonna bring the thunder, and he's gonna bring the acting chops probably to the game. So we're gonna have a very great villain in that game. So Hyperscape, it at least looks colorful and interesting enough for me. The only thing that I absolutely don't care about, and I keep saying it, is the mobile shit, the Elite Squad and whatnot. So, you know, like a B minus. You know, I'm being generous.
Yeah, I'd probably go around a B minus C plus as well. I think they showed a lot of cool footage from a lot of these games, but there were no surprise announcements. Far Cry 6 was the only one that even would have been surprising without the leaks, but with the leaks, literally no surprises. Yep. And I think all the games that we saw, we already they were known quantities, you know. Assassin's Creed showed quite a bit of gameplay, but it was all like, okay, this is Odyssey, but a little bit different. And
exactly.
Watch Dogs Legion, we already saw pretty extended gameplay last E3, so I feel like we didn't really learn anything new there either.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it was still a fun event to watch. I'm still glad that I watched it. You know, there have been so many events this summer that, you know, it would be hard to rank below some of these that just show like 3 indie games and spend 20 minutes on each one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
I'd say better than the Treehouse, than Nintendo Treehouse.
Oh yeah, oh my god, that's the worst one.
Oh, Jesus God. Oh my god.
I can't believe that. Like, for anyone who's not in the loop, they showed Paper Mario yesterday.
Mario.
They showed that yesterday, and then afterwards they had a special announcement from Way Forward on a franchise they've never worked on before, and it was a very bad-looking Bakugan game.
I keep saying that they just showed off that Bakugan game just so people in retrospect could go, you know what? That Paper Mario or Origami King, that game looks pretty damn great, doesn't it? I think I might get that game day one now, just because Bakugan.
Yeah, maybe. That's such a weird one to put such a focus on. If it was in the middle of a Nintendo Direct, everyone would be like, oh, whatever, it's Bakugan, that's fine. But to put such a huge focus on it, where it's a treehouse.
Just like one of those montages where they show off, like, oh yeah, these are all other upcoming Switch games that are coming, and they show up a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, Bakugan, nobody cares. Let's keep moving on. But no, they focus on that shit. And the thing is, like I said, I have watched Mito send me some footage of the Bakugan PS3 game, and that looks so much better. That looks way more fun and interesting than what they showed off for the Switch. That I'm like, and you know, I'm very tempted, and I'm probably gonna end up buying that PS3 Bakugan game and do a stream on it because I was so pissed and so disappointed with that announcement that I'm just man, I don't know. It's weird. Nintendo is weird.
Nintendo is weird. I wish they would give us an actual direct, but even if they're gonna drop one, they'll only tell us a day in advance.
Yeah, so they have not given us any hints at a goddamn actual Nintendo Direct showing off what they have planned for the future. Like, Origami King is next week. What comes after that? What are you going to release, Nintendo?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that is their last game with like a legit release date. That's crazy. But
anything.
Yeah, this was fun. Maybe we'll do another one. I know I'm planning to do one for the Microsoft event. Maybe you'll join me for that. I don't know. We'll
if I don't work, I can totally be down for a stream. Yes.
All right. Awesome. Thanks for joining me, Commander Lionheart. Thanks everybody who came by in the chat. Stubbs, Mythos, Lurkers, and we'll see you guys later. Oh, are you going to be streaming later, Lionheart? We can. We'll plug everything that you want to plug.
No, not tonight. I'll be back streaming on Tuesday with SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Tonight I can't because I already have another. I have to be in a recording an episode of Games My Mom Found podcast, so I'm not gonna be able to do like this share. We've talked about this share and how uncomfortable it is, so I can't be sitting here like all day because my back is gonna hurt like hell. So yeah, like I said, I'll be back on Tuesday with SpongeBob, Wednesday with Ahead in Time, and during the weekend I do my replay show, which is First Strike. I play the beginning of video games, usually games that I've never played. This week I'm going to be playing 2 games that I've never played. In honor of Ghost of Tsushima, I'm going to be playing Brave Fencer Musashi and Tenchu.
Oh, awesome.
I have heard that Tenchu is hard as hell, and Mythos personally hates Brave Fencer Musashi. So it's gonna be a very good time for the viewer, not for me. So
sounds like fun.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll see.
And that's twitch.tv/Commander Lionheart.
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/Commander Lionheart. If you can't make it to the stream live, I also have them up at youtube.com/Commander Lionheart. So you can watch it whenever you want.
Awesome. And I will be streaming Crosscode later tonight at 8 o'clock.
Yes, I'm gonna be on the chat right there watching that because that game looks and sounds so good.
Awesome. That's going to be at 8 o'clock Central, so you guys can or not Central. I just gave you the wrong time. 8 o'clock Pacific. So come back at 8 o'clock Pacific if you want to see some Crosscode on my stream, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.